Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we have an update for the car market, more specifically the retail side of things with the car market, which is what most of you should be interested in because that's what most of you purchase when you purchase a car, as a retail piece. Anyways, before we get in this video, as always, if you're going to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below, and some of the information provided in today's video comes from Cox Automotive. Let's get right into it. So there's two big things that I want to talk about that Cox Automotive recently released. The first thing is in regards to credit availability. It has continued to improve. If you don't know, in the spring of this year, credit availability decreased quite a bit. Basically, lenders did not want to give out auto credit. And over the course of the summer, it's continued to loosen, which is good for those of you that are looking to take out a loan on a car because it means that it's easier to get approved on a car. And it's interesting that, we've seen this trend continue where credit is loosening at the same time that retail sales are kind of struggling. So this is the other data point from Cox Automotive that is interesting. The estimated amount of new cars that will be sold from a year-over-year basis has now decreased to 15 million. It was close to 16 million during certain parts of the year, and now it's down to 15 million. Now, if you guys follow the channel, then you know that on the fleet side of things, sales keep increasing month over month, and the year-over-year increases are massive. So if there's an overall, decrease in terms of the pacing number for new car sales, what that means is that the retail side of things is not strong because, again, the fleet side of things is very strong. And that's what I wanted to focus on in today's video. Like, what the heck is happening with the retail side of things? Why are retail sales declining at the same time that fleet sales are super strong? And I'm going to kind of dive into some anecdotes based on, what I'm seeing out in the world when I'm looking at vehicles. So first off, prices, right? On the fleet side of things, prices are going to be important for these companies that are making these bulk purchases, but with these bulk purchases being tax write-offs, they're not nearly as important as an individual that is purchasing a retail piece that is unlikely to get a tax write-off. Yes, there are some retail pieces that are purchased for tax write-off purposes, but that's not the norm. I mean, when I sold vehicles, for example, most customers that were buying cars were not getting any sort of tax benefit from buying the vehicle. And so what this means is that with the prices still being really high with new cars, right, although affordability has improved slightly and although credit availability has also improved, we're still in a market where the average brand new car still costs way too much compared to the average American's income. We're still over 40 weeks of income needed to buy the average brand new car. And if we go to credit availability, yes, it's more available, but interest rates are really high, right? If you look at new car interest rates, we're in that like 10% plus range now on average. Used car interest rates are over 10%. They have been for quite some time. And so if you add that in with the pricing, it makes sense as to why retail buyers are still pulling back. Now, the next thing that I want to kind of throw into this situation, again, what I'm seeing anecdotally, is that there's a lot of cars that are, out on dealer lots that just suck. Like, they're not super appealing for buyers. Trucks is a great example. A lot of the trucks that dealers are getting just don't have all that many options, but again, the prices are super high. I mean, just go, if you ever have time, just go to a truck dealership and look at some trucks, and what you'll find is like $50,000 buys you like a bare bones basic truck. Again, $50,000. And then you look at like $60,000, $65,000, $70,000, and it's like you can get some options, but it's not getting you a top of the line truck. Like, if you want a top of the line truck, you're looking at $80,000, $90,000, $100,000. And then if you look at like regular cars, like some of the cars I reviewed today, for example, that are supposed to be more affordable regular cars, it's like you get like a little compact SUV and you're over $30,000 for an SUV that would have been, $20,000 just a few years ago. And then you look at something that's a little bit bigger, still in the compact segment, $40,000 plus dollars. And $40,000 is not buying you a fully loaded vehicle with like massaging seats and all this crazy stuff. It's like, it's buying you a nice vehicle, but there's still more features you could add on top of that, if that makes sense. So basically what I'm seeing out in the world is that, yes, car prices are still high, but on top of car prices being high, it seems like there's just less and less options available on these cars at these higher prices. It's like these automakers are like, oh yeah, we'll sell a less expensive car, but in reality, they're maybe selling a less expensive car, but it's also coming with a lot less options. So it's just not appealing. It's like, oh, I could have gotten a fully loaded car, right? With the pickup truck example, you could have gotten a fully loaded pickup truck for like $50,000 about 5 years ago. And now $50,000 buys you a basic bare bones work truck. And so you combine the interest rates with the fact that prices are still really high, with the fact that a lot of these cars that are available are just not appealing because it's like you're paying so much for so little. It makes sense as to why retail customers are not interested. It's like if you're going to have to stretch to afford something, which again, the average American would definitely have to do to buy any sort of brand new car, then you'd at least want to get something for it. And that's just not what's happening in today's market. Let me know what you guys think about the situation, and let me know what you guys think is going to happen moving forward. My personal take on this is, outside of some of the niche cars that appeal to the wealthy buyer that is still buying in today's market, I think we're going to continue to see dealer lots pack up with more and more cars, and we're going to see fewer and fewer buyers on the retail side of things because people are just tapped out, and automakers are going to have to start playing the value card. Yeah, who would have thought? Again, to be able to entice buyers to come back in. I'll see you.